Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So thanks so much for watching the previous episodes if you already have. So right now I have 2 up and this is going to be the 3rd of my van build series. And so this one we're going to be working on getting up my roof ladder, roof rack, and solar panels attached to it as well. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below and I'll get right back to you. Thanks. Hey everyone, if you've been following my journey, you know I've had a taste of van life before. It was amazing, but my old van's condition forced me to sell it and head back to Hawaii. I started working hard, saving every penny for my next big adventure. And guess what? The wait is over. I bought a 2017 Ford Transit in Salt Lake City, Utah, and took an epic cross-country road trip to Maine with my dad to build it out myself. This van build has been an absolute blast, and I can't wait to hit the road. But that's not all. Just like last time, van life won't stop my international travels. I'm gearing up to balance life on wheels with exploring the globe, because there's just too much out there to see. I'm thrilled to bring you along on yet another incredible adventure. Stay tuned and enjoy the ride. So, today, we're actually gonna take a break from the inside of the van and we're gonna go to the roof. So I actually am gonna be installing a roof rack from Unaka Gear Co. They're sponsoring this video and they provided me with a roof rack and a ladder that's gonna go up to the roof. We're gonna have to customize a few things just because of the way I've situated the van myself. So we're gonna go and see how this all works out, but this is going to be a beautiful roof rack and I'm very excited to get this all up on the roof with my solar panels. It's going to be a huge check mark in the van build, so let's do this. So we got a few packages in from them. What we're planning on doing is just kind of putting pieces together as we go, just because if we run over here, I've got, oops, where is it? I've got the gland. That is where my wires come in and out, and I installed that before I knew what I was doing with my roof rack. So this roof rack actually has a wind fairing bar right here, and it's going to sit on the top. What we're trying to figure out right now is if that's going to hit the gland or not. So there might be a little bit of customization, there might be a little bit of playing around figuring it all out, but my thought is that we're just gonna get a section going across first, see where that wind fairing bar is gonna hit. Maybe we'll get lucky. If not though, we'll make it work. And then the only other thing we'll have to customize as well, the ladder is made to go right there, which, my opinion, beautiful spot for it. I think that's where it should go. The issue is I have a double-sided door, and yeah, we weren't planning on really using this, but I would like to have it open just in case I want to access the back side of my kitchen for maintenance. Yeah, just really maintenance. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of customization so I can put it right there on the back. The customization shouldn't be too hard, but what we're gonna have to do is where it mounts underneath, it was gonna mount on a chassis piece specifically for a Ford Transit. We're gonna have to build a few pieces to find a part of the frame to connect to down there. It shouldn't be too hard, it just might just have to go buy a few pieces of metal to make it work, but I think it'll all work really well. And Unaka Gear is high quality stuff. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I'll lay it all out for you so you can get a good idea, but we're just gonna get this going. This is all the roof rack parts. We've got the ladder down below, and I also have a light bar that's gonna go right on top, and we're gonna install that as well because I have the wires going to it. So today's a big day. We got some rain coming in tomorrow, so hopefully I can finish this all today. It's a pretty big project, but if we can get that up, it'll be good. So now that we got everything laid out roughly, I mean, we still have a whole box of hardware here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one of these long rails put together first and bring that up on top. I just really want to see where that lands, where the end of it, like where this would go, towards the gland, because that's gonna be some custom work if it doesn't work out the way I hope it does, but that's okay, we'll make it work. So basically, with this came with a 43-page instruction manual on the computer. I'm gonna slowly start putting things together, and yeah, we'll work our way up. But it's a pretty roof rack. I'm really excited about this. Loving having the LED light strip right on top. Looks all really clean. It's gonna really transform the outside of the van. So, and then we've also got the solar panels over in the shed. Once we get this all situated and where it needs to go, and if there does need to be customization, once that's all figured out, we'll bring the solar panels over and get those mounted onto these cross bars right here. So they'll sit right into here. I have 6 of these, 3 solar panels, and they'll go laterally this way. And then also, something cool about this roof rack, this wind fairing bar right here comes with a rubber gasket. So it's gonna go right at the bottom piece, and that's really gonna stop any water coming up. It's really gonna seal it tight so it gets the best gas mileage. Pretty cool extra piece, if you asked me. I'm really happy with it. Also, it's gonna protect, so it's not metal on the roof, if you were wondering as well. It does come with a gasket, so it's all good there. But yeah, we're gonna get something these sidebars situated, and then if it all works well, I have to go up there onto the roof and take off these covers. Ford Transits have, I believe 3 or 4. I think there's 4 threaded bolts on each side up on the roof. So you pop off the piece and you've got to trim a little bit of metal away. And it has a M8, maybe? I'll have to double check. M8 bolt, which does come with it. It's made for the Transit, so I have everything I need. I think it's an M8. And it's gonna go right in top, so we don't have to put any holes into the van, which is huge. Last van I had to drill into the roof, so that's gonna make this a lot nicer, really clean, and safer for the longevity of the van itself. So yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, so as I was starting to do the beginning piece, like right here, that connects the side rails to the front wind fairing, I realized that I'm missing a hardware piece or hardware set. So what we'll do is I've contacted the company. They're gonna get that all handled with, just cause I am now working with a new product. This wind fairing kit has the addition for light bar where they used to not. So I think it just got a little messed up since I'm one of the first people being able to use it. I'm gonna give you guys a view of how that all works, but just gonna have to wait to get that last piece of hardware in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect these sidebars together for now, and then just bring them up on the roof just to see if everything lines up. And once that's all done, I'm gonna actually move over back to the cabinets while I just wait for that hardware to come in. It should be in very shortly. It's only gonna be a small bag like this, so shouldn't take too long. But yeah, that's a bit of the update. So we're gonna kind of transition over a little bit, but not a big deal. So we'll still keep plugging away. Okay, so I've got the first side rail done. Basically how we put it together is you got one splice plate here, and then this 80/20 rail, it goes past, as you can see, the splits right here. So that's how they have one splice plate at the top, and then they use that longer piece that connects these two together, and then the shorter piece continues in the back. So we've got one done. I have all the hardware to do the other side as well. And I just talked with the company. They're having it shipped out already today. Worked out really well. Unaka was really quick about that, so that was perfect. So basically just gonna copy the same process that I done this onto the right side. Can do that real quick. And then yeah, I mean, now that I have this all put together, I can bring it up on the roof and get a roughly good idea of where it's gonna go. But I definitely do need the hardware for the front piece to exactly know if it's gonna hit the gland or not. So we should probably get it in the next few days, but yeah, I'm just gonna do what I can right now, and then we'll move over to my other projects and then come back to this once we get everything. Back your way. Yep. And here's where they have it. It might work, maybe. So we're just placing it up here just to see where it all lines up, because we have that gland. I'll bring you up here in a second to show you, but I'm trying to figure this out. You want to hold it for a second? Yep. So what I mean by this is going to be lining up with all these holes. And so it goes down to the end. And this is the gland that might have issues with. So we have that much space. I think it's gonna hit right where those knobs are. It might not hit that though, so still might have to mess with it, but it's looking pretty good.
Let me get that triangle piece.
All right, let's see. No, I don't think it's gonna. If it bolts like that, then I think we're okay. Okay, so I've got the 4 brackets on both sides, and I can actually put them up on the top of the van while I'm waiting for the hardware for the wind fairing kit to come in. I actually just got notification that it shipped. Should be here in a couple days, so that's all good. So what I'll do is I actually have to go up on the roof, and the roof has M8 bolt threads up on it, like I was saying earlier, but they have a cap that's over it, and I gotta heat that up or just break the seal basically, I guess. Take that cap off, and I have to pull away some of the metal around the threads, and then we should be good. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these side rails up and mounted on the roof today, because we build the wind fairing kit in place anyway. So what I would do is I would build down here the pieces that go onto the wind fairing kit, and then once the wind fairing kit's put together, we then bring it up onto the roof and put it onto the side rails themselves up there. So I still got stuff I can do, which is good. So we're gonna get started on that, and then we'll move over to the next. And so each section that has this little square like that, that's where it has the threads. So basically what I have to do is I have to take off these little caps right here. So I gotta break the paint and then take the caps off, and I gotta trim away some of the sheet metal. And then we can then put it up here, bolt it in. I'll add some silicone sealant so no liquid gets down into the holes and rusts anything. And I'll have the side rails on each side. And I'll have to look, but maybe I can even put the back bar on today as well. I'll get back to you on that one. But yeah, so we're gonna work on getting the side rails done, because I do have a bunch of rain coming in. The forecast in a few, for tomorrow and 4 days or 3 days after that as well. So try to get this done before that all comes in. Then we can work in the van when it's raining. So yeah, I don't really know exactly how to take the caps off without a heat gun. I've heard a lot of that a heat gun would makes it easy, but we don't have one. So we're gonna figure this out without one. Alrighty, so this is my first thought. Got a little chisel. I think I'm just gonna go right on the edge and just tap away and just run the circle like that. Get this out of the way. Yeah, easy. Ah, okay. So, from what I've heard, we have to trim away some of this. I'm gonna go see how much, but we got the first one off, so it's not bad. So what you just saw me doing was I had to use tin snips and cut away a little bit because directly over the threads weren't lining up. Not lining up, I mean the threads were covered. One sec. The threads were covered by this metal, so I had to chip away at it, and then I used a Dremel to get rid of the spurs. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint all right here because it's bare metal. Paint that on all 4 of them. I didn't have to touch those 2, they were all working well. Let those dry. While I'm letting it dry, I'm gonna go to that other side and do the same thing. Once this is dry, I can bring it up and bolt it in. It's already be up here. Okay, so same thing on these back 2. They're messed up like those ones. So I'll just show you what I meant by they're not lining up. So if you look straight above it, you can see that the bolt wouldn't be able to go in. It has to be cut away right here. And same with this one as well. So we'll go grab the tin snips, cut away some of that metal, and then I'm gonna take that Dremel and work down those spurs real quick. Once that's all worked down, we can go ahead and paint these as well. By the end of that, those should be dry and we can put the first side up. And one tip, I don't have the rounded tin snips. I only have the straight ones. I suggest getting the rounded ones. I have to cut a little bit more off than wanted, like around that, and then it bends it up. With the use of my Dremel, it's okay. But if you don't have one of these, definitely get some rounded tin snips. But this helps out a ton to get those edges all nice and smooth. So we'll just go at it. Okay, so I know it looks a little messy, but that'll work because basically the brackets that sit are gonna be about this size, and I'm also gonna seal it with silicone on the outsides, but I do have to touch that up with paint. So we'll just take this right here. I've got Rust Stop protective enamel. Just gonna get a little bit on the corner of the brush and just cover it. Yeah. Okay. See how this lines up. Just gonna put a hand screw in the first one real quick. Sweet. That should be good. I'm just gonna tighten these briefly. Yeah. Alrighty. Ah, cool. Alright. Yeah, everything lines up perfectly. Washer on, nut in, bolt, washer, and the bolts. And that is what it looks like from the side. Oh, it looks nice. Yeah, I like it. So now I'm gonna go put the other side up. We got it up on the roof. I just gotta put it in. Got it on the roof because Dad's heading out to go get his boat. So wanted to get it up there while I had him here. Now I'm just gonna roll it into place for myself. I like it. Overhangs just a little bit, so I will be able to bolt stuff on the ends too if I need anything. It just looks super clean. Okay, so just had a few issues with getting this bolt in, but we did finally. Had to make sure it wasn't cross-threaded, but we're good. So now I've got the side rails on each side done, just in time for some big thunderclouds to come in. So I think I'm gonna let this be, close the hatch, and start chipping away at the indoor stuff. So that's as much as I can get done right now. Just gonna wait for the hardware to be able to put the front pieces on, and then we can start doing the crossbars for all my solar panels. But it's coming together, and just having the side pieces on just makes the van look like a camper van now. So it's the next day, and I'm still waiting to get the hardware to do the front piece, but I had an idea. Instead of customizing that ladder that I was talking about and putting it right here, there's not much to go under there with the framing, but there's something right where it's supposed to be. I'm really not gonna open this door much. It's just gonna be for when I need to do maintenance, which maybe one time every 6 months. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mount it there, because all I'll have to do when it's time to take it off for maintenance is undo the bolts at the top and undo the bolts underneath where the mount is, and just pull it off. It should take just a couple minutes, as long as I keep the right ratchet set and everything. So, and plus I like the look of it there better. So I'm gonna actually install it now. We're gonna install everything loosely. I don't want to even use the ladder to like step up on it, because we don't have it attached, or the side rails attached to each other, other than the one piece that I put in the back. But I do want to see it there, and it's something I can do while I wait. So I'm gonna put that in real quick, and it'll also give me a good idea of how feasible it will be to take it on and off on the go. So obviously I won't be able to take off the top parts while sitting on the ladder. So I'll have to, if I need to do maintenance or whatever and take it off, I'll have to pull up to like a loading dock, or even just a hill or something where I can get up to that height and just take it off real quick, and then go down and take that, pull it aside. So I know it will be a small inconvenience, but I think it looks way better, and it'll probably be safer, because we were gonna do something back here that I don't know, it didn't seem right. So we'll install that real quick. Shouldn't take long. Couldn't do that right now. Alright. Also, this ladder is provided by Unaka Gear Co., just like the roof rack. We're sponsoring this whole part of the build, and I'm actually an affiliate with them. So if you want to get anything with them, they have some great stuff for van life. I'll add the link below in the description. Definitely suggest you check them out. Their stuff has been amazing so far. Super high quality, and it looks great. So very, very happy about it. Okay, so we're having a bit of issues getting this going because I just realized my van doesn't have a set of holes that maybe it should. But so basically I was putting it into these holes and everything wasn't lining up because then I drilled this, but I can't put a backing nut onto it. Come to find out, I need to drill the hole here so I can actually access it right here. But with these holes here, it's too high up that the bar doesn't sit low enough to access that. So, and then I looked at the diagram closely and they had these above it. So there should be holes like right about there. So what we're doing is we're kind of building the ladder a little bit backwards now. We're gonna put the full length piece up. We're gonna bolt it to the top so we know exactly where it comes down here, so I can have a very accurate spot of where to put the holes over here. Otherwise, it'd be just guessing and I'd be very frustrated if I get that in, put the piece in, and then all of a sudden the ladder can't reach the top. So we're gonna build it a little bit backwards, but it'll work. Okay, so after a bit more work than I thought, got the ladder installed, and holy crap, it makes the van look awesome. And I just love all of the touches of black on the white van. It's no longer just a little moving van from Utah anymore. It's a camper van from Maine. But I'll take you under and I'll show you what I had to do. It was just a few different holes. And the reason, like I said earlier, that we had to work backwards was because since I had to drill new holes, I wanted to make sure everything lined up right where the holes I put instead of just guessing. So let's go underneath and I'll show you real quick. So basically, I had to drill holes right here on both sides. I was originally using these ones, but as you can see, it was too high, it just didn't work. I think maybe some newer Transit models maybe have a hole here now, not sure, but I did have to figure that out. So once we got that, and I had to also drill a hole here. I originally put one up here, but that's not how it all worked. So that's what I was confused about at the beginning. So now we're all set. And basically, if I ever want to take this off, all I got to do, I don't have to take any of this stuff off. I just have to unbolt these three in a line to take this off. And then up at top, the three that go in. And then that'll just pull the ladder away. And then I can access opening the door again. But now with the ladder on, this door does not open until we take it back off. But we have a ladder. After a couple days of waiting, came in. It's the hardware for the front wind fairing piece of my roof rack. So I've already got the sides up, and also now I got the ladder as well. So now I'm gonna get this piece up here. I'm really hoping I can miss this gland. Only one way to find out though. So I'm gonna put together the front piece down here, and then I'll bring it up and test it out, see how it works. All right, we're gonna give it a go. I'm not gonna put the light on just yet because I gotta do a little bit of planning, it looks like. So we're gonna mess with that first, but we're gonna mess with this first. I just wanna get this up there and just see if it all fits. And then when it's up there, I can work on the light later. So far, it looks like it's fitting. It's just missing the gland, it seems. Might get lucky, but I'm just trying to get this all situated. So I think I might actually have to unscrew this one and to push it in a little bit. We're gonna play around with it a little bit though, because it's just me right now. Okay, so remember what I was talking about, the gland being really close? I don't think I can get any luckier than I did. It is right on the edge, but it works. That's luck right there. I'll take it though. So yeah, we have the full frame up for the roof rack. Still a lot to do. I gotta obviously put the solar panels up here. I still gotta mount my light. Gonna kind of figure that out as I go. But yeah, just tightening up the last few bolts and it's good, but I just can't believe how close that is. I was stressing big time about that. Thought I was gonna have to cut my really nice roof rack, but didn't have to. Ah, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna work on trying to get this light bar fitted up here. So this wind fairing bar right here, it has a light bar attachment and it's new to Unaka Gear Co. So I'm just gonna try to figure it out because as of right now, since it is a new product, there are no instructions. So because I got a 42-inch, the light sets not exactly where the holes are. That's just because of the one I bought. So what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do, this bar right here, it has the same holes, same hole placements as the bar that I'm resting it on right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill into this one to where that needs to go based off of this light. And if I did it wrong, I can always put this on top and cover the hole. But this is my best guess. So we'll see how it goes. It's got the light on. I love this. Unaka Gear Company has some of the greatest looking stuff. It just looks so clean. With that and the roof rack combo together, or roof ladder. Yeah, that's nice. I'm in love with that. Whew. Now just to get the solar panels up there. And then we'll have a full working roof. Okay, so not only did Unaka Gear Company sponsor me to get this roof rack going, I've also been sponsored by EcoWorthy for this build. They provided me 3 200-watt solar panels tugs, and as well as a 60 amp hour solar charger. So these two companies have really made the whole roof and solar system completely doable for me. And these 600 watts are really going to power everything I need. It's going to be great. What do you think, bud? Think it's going to do good? But yeah, so I'm super stoked. Now that we've got the roof rack up on the roof, we're going to start getting ready to put the solar panels on and have a fully working roof system at that point. All right, so this is how I'm planning on positioning my solar panels onto the roof. So we're gonna have two in the back and then one right in front of it. Basically, the vent is gonna be where I have my charge controller right here. And so EcoWorthy was amazing to send me 3 200-watt solar panels that are actually bifacial. Bifacial meaning that on each side of the solar panel, it can collect sunlight or power from the sunlight. So on the bottom, any sunlight that hits wherever my solar panels aren't on the roof and it bounces back, if it's bounced back to the bottom of the panel, I'll still collect a little bit. So these are the highest efficient panels you can get. So this is gonna be amazing, and I'm gonna connect them all in series. Doing this makes the amperage all stay the same, but the voltage will add up. So you gotta really pay attention to what solar charger you're gonna get when doing this and everything. So my solar charger is the EcoWorthy 60 amp, and it's gonna be able to take a total of 150 volts max, where these guys each produce right here 20.2 volts. So at the max, it's going to be over 60 volts. So we are totally safe to use this. Definitely check before you decide to put in series or parallel with your solar panels what your system can actually withstand. So luckily, EcoWorthy hooked me up with really good stuff. I'm going to be very excited to use all of it. And so yeah, gonna put with Unaka Gear Co.'s cross members. We're gonna have one along here and one along there to solidify those two. And then since this one's gonna be going horizontal, another one right here and one right here. So we're gonna start getting that all situated. I also have to get my 10 amp fuses into the lines and hook everything up the way they need to be, but it's gonna go pretty smoothly. We're gonna get them up on the roof and we'll have a working roof. I'm very excited for it. So my 3 EcoWorthy solar panels are now bolted loosely onto my Unaka Gear brackets. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get situated the wiring to get it all in series and the way I need it. And then once that's all situated the way it needs to be, we can bring it up for a test to just see if everything fits. If it does, we can start bolting things down. But yeah, we're gonna play with the wiring just while it's easily accessible like this, instead of being up on the roof underneath having to reach out and try to like guess what I'm grabbing. So we're gonna chip away at that again, but yeah, it should be done pretty quickly. What's up?
Can I get on the ladder and help you?
I'm just kind of pulling it into spot right now. what you can do is, see this wire? Can you make sure it's on the other side of this solar panel? Yeah.
So wait, I'm not on a step, so.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I was trying to do. Ah. Okay. And then I'm just gonna. Okay, hold it right there. I'm gonna go up on the other ladder.
Yeah.
And then when I get a hold of it, you might want to get to the other side of your ladder.
I'm gonna lift on the back side of it. Okay. Not even close.
It's just getting stuck.
What? Can it go further?
Yeah. All right. So I see I have to take off the 80/20. That's okay. And all that was left to do was to bolt down the panels in place, and I have a working roof. Eventually I'll install a roof deck towards the front, but that's later in the build. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of my van build. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below and I'll get right back to you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.